Banter, brought to you by the Villains and Vanier, part of the Bytown Boys Supporters Club in Ottawa. My name is Anton, your host today, alongside Stefan Brisson-Merrick, the other villain, and Mustafa, Ryan. Sorry, I had to actually pause to remember your names. Anyway,
and guess what? He wasn't drinking.
That's true. Anyway, so today's ticket, we've got EPL that was happening today, minus a couple matches, one tomorrow and one on Monday. MLS that is still in progress today. Champions League, CONCACAF Champions League semifinals coming up. World Cup qualifiers recap, a whole ton to cover today. So starting with EPL, Stefan, you want to give us a...
Man U beat Sunderland.
Oh, surprise,
yay,
surprise.
From a Villa fan. Gunners beat Reading. Yay, 4-1. Southampton beat Chelsea. What the fuck?
Well, good for Southampton.
West Ham versus West Brom. 3-1 West Ham. Alright, we'll give them that one. Wigan beat Norwich. Honestly, Simeon couldn't score a goal.
No, Simeon's been rumored to move to a league championship side.
Why? He's a decent striker.
That's why he's going to...
He's not amazing, but he's a hard worker. He's a grunt striker.
Who wants to be a premier when you could be a champion?
Really?
That's like a...
Hi, Ralph Klein. Swansea lost to Spurs 2-1. Whatever. Everton beat Stoke 1-0. Actually, I wish I watched that match. Those two squads.
Wait, Stoke and...
Everton.
Oh, okay.
Those two squads? Yeah,
two mid-table sides, right?
Yeah, two strong, battle the fuck out squads.
Tomorrow's Sunday's match, Aston Villa, the mighty villains, at home against Liverpool.
Liverpool's?
Liverpool's, yeah. And then Monday, QPR and Fulham. So
let's go Fulham!
Yeah, go Fulham.
Mind you, I'm a Villa fan, so I have to cheer on Fulham to beat QPR.
We are Villa fans. Thank you. Anyway.
Well, fine. Anton and I are diehard Villa fans and wish any team below us to lose every game horribly and miserably, so their away goal difference will look worse than ours.
Somehow, magically.
That would be an odd table, wouldn't it?
MLS, Ryan, you want to take care of that?
Sure. MLS did something amazing. All their games are on Saturday, today.
Holy shit.
Not on Friday, none of this catering
I'm
to
gonna
ESPN
jump off
Thursday.
the bridge now.
No Galaxy Chivas,
Yep.
Saturday, Sunday games. So right now it's middle of the afternoon, so only half the games are done. The game we just came from watching, TFC and Galaxy tied at 2. Late goal for the Galaxy in 90 plus minutes.
Surprise,
Yep.
surprise.
2-2. The Red Bull beat the Union, no surprise there.
That sucks.
And,
Poor Union.
and FC Dallas just beat the Revs, New England Revolution, 1-0. Tonight, some big matches, the Timbers and Rapids.
Let's go.
That's going to be
You know
huge.
what? You know
First
what?
place.
Go Rapids,
Yeah.
because of Clint Irwin.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
okay.
love Portland's fans, but I will take Clint over Portland any day.
So, Clint versus Tetris.
Yeah, damn right. That's there's only one Clint Irwin.
Next.
First place Impact of Montreal's playing Sporting Kansas City at 8:30 tonight.
Where's Sporting KC? Do you know how they've been doing this year?
Sporting's been good, except for their loss to TFC. That's their only blemish this season
Well,
so
there's
far.
one question going around in England, and I have to ask this. Is there an unsporting Kansas City?
Yeah, like I said earlier today, it's a better name than Wizards or Wiz.
Yes. Yeah. And the horrible headlines with TFC off to see the Wizards and all that shit. No, we'll live with Sporting KC.
I'm glad that's done. So, speaking of TFC, San Jose Earthquakes are playing the Dynamo tonight.
With like 5 former TFC players starting.
And starting, yeah.
Which squad or overall?
And Adekora is back in the starting lineup. in the back
Yeah,
line.
great things with Nana Adekora because he goes back to San Jose. He's getting playing time now. And
That's
Getting minutes under
personally, that's all I give a shit about. I don't care who's playing as long as the Canadian players are getting their time on the pitch to develop.
Yeah, and they get that in San Jose, they get that in DC, they don't get that in Vancouver, they don't get that in Montreal.
No, Vancouver, no.
Anyway.
2 more matches.
Real Salt Lake and the Sounders, and
Let's go Sounders.
and the third place Chivas taking on the Whitecaps.
Third place Shitfuss.
Yeah, West Coast
Yeah.
Pacific Chivas.
How did they find themselves in third place?
No, it's really funny. I expected that comment from me, not Mustafa.
Yeah, well, he's hung out with us a bunch, and
Yeah.
shit
Yeah.
kind of rubs off.
Well, they got a Mexican-based side. They're going for it.
Yeah, they got a Mexican-based joke of a side.
They're in third place.
Yeah, okay.
So what? They're trying out for the diving squad for
TFC just drew against the other Mexican side, if you haven't noticed.
yeah.
The Galaxy?
Yeah?
Well, what was it? The last pod for Boots and Scars. What's the worst? What's the rivalry you don't want to go see? Chivas USA versus LA for fear of narcolepsy.
Montreal Impact, got to give them credit for that. It's 4-0 now. They beat the Red Bulls last weekend.
No, it is.
Huge.
But
You know what? I think they're taking a page off of last year and continuing their momentum. Obviously, making a big splash and making a huge push early on for the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
So I'm seeing great things for them.
They've quietly been building a winner while telling MLS to piss off in the process.
yeah, exactly.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
He's saying, are we bringing you the money you want? Yes. Are we producing good play? Yes. Then fuck off.
Exactly.
We're bringing you the money you want. That's it. Leave us the fuck alone. If we weren't bringing the money you want, then you have a problem. But
Yeah.
we're following your rules. We're bringing the money you want.
Exactly.
That's it.
The one thing they should look for though is they do have all their eggs are in one big Italian basket.
Yeah.
And they're not exactly a young team, so they just
Never
have to.
know. Don
If DeVio,
What's his name?
who?
Don from Godfather.
Oh, Don Corleone.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's always out to be whacked. So to get whacked. Bye bye.
What about the dude from Sopranos? Tony.
Tony. Salud, bye bye. Fuck off. You're dead.
Yeah. So Montreal, one thing they have to look for also is DeVio might go down for them, or teams might learn how to play against them.
Yeah.
And DeVio's been killing other clubs this year, so that's. If you want to keep that success going, you got to have DeVio.
Wait.
I think the key playing the Impact is play physical.
Yeah.
Tackle hard, man-to-man coverage. Don't give them space, and that's where the Impact.
So the
succeed.
English system, dump and chase.
No.
No, not dump and chase, but you have to admit the English system is cover and hard tackles.
Yeah.
Lower league English system, yeah.
All right, fine. It's still the English system.
It's an English system.
Please, English fans don't look at Man U as the English system.
Oh, hell no.
They look at friggin' Scunthorpe,
But
Acton Stanley, Bristol City, Bristol Rovers.
it might be the match of the week tonight. Kansas City, Sporting KC, and Montreal.
Oh.
You know
could
what?
see that.
I could. 2 Blues? No.
You know what? As long as the Canadian team's involved, then I'm okay.
Yeah.
So, on to the next one. By the way, we're live from the Berryman Pub, our HQ for away matches for whenever NASL decides to show up, hopefully by next year.
Or whatever away games you care to watch. If it's Canada game, don't count us yet.
No, I just said for away matches. I didn't say for anything else.
Oh, fine. Again, Anton and I are having a lover's tip.
We won't kiss, but we'll make up. He's been buying me drinks all day.
That's not a good sign, actually.
It's a death sentence, that's what it is. Anyway, from the Berryman Club, on to the next item. Champions League predictions. Now, I want each of you to take a turn at it, starting with you, Ryan. We got Malaga versus Dortmund, Real Madrid and Galatasaray. Sorry, say again.
I won't say because I can't say it either.
No? Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Drogba.
Team Drogba / Schneider.
PSG and Barcelona, Bayern Munchen and Juventus. So
each or
yeah, each one. Who are
okay, I
you
gotta look at
thinking?
your list. So I have to go with the Germans, Dortmund.
Okay.
For sure. And It'd be nice if the Turks went far, but Real Madrid, of course.
Oh, yeah.
PSG, well, they have Beckham now, so Barcelona. No, Barcelona. Barcelona, don't matter what. And Bayern, and Bayern for sure.
Bayern?
Yeah.
All right, Stefan?
I would love to see Galatasaray go ahead. It would just be amazing to just stick it to mainland Europe. Just saying, fuck you.
Yep.
No-name squads can win this tournament, but we all know how UEFA will do
I think you just stumbled on your title for your rant.
What's the title?
Stick it, fuck you.
All right, folks, apparently so next banter, you'll hear the rant, stick it, fuck you.
Hi, how are you today? I'm fine.
But, all right, so again, PSG, even though they have Beckham,
No, that's not a plus.
they godsend Beckham.
Well, they can take a free kick. That's about it.
And
set pieces.
Ibrahimovic.
Don't forget Ibrahimovic.
But let's face it, most of Barcelona's been trained together since they're 12 years old.
Yes.
They know when
Not
each other
including Messi
farts.
either.
And that's when Messi's up front and the goalie takes a fart. Messi can tell when the goalie's taking a fart. They know each other that well. So you won't be able to get it past them. Real Madrid over Galatasaray, no offense. Yeah, we all know the winner of that.
Yeah.
Dortmund, yes, Dortmund's an amazing squad. They will take it. Bayern München, yeah, again, they have in Germany, Bayern München's second best, only to German academy. That's the only one that beats them.
Okay.
And if anyone's wondering why I'm saying Bayern München,
not
because
Munich.
I listened to an old podcast from the Footy Show, and they made a joke about the Champions League, and it was the Chelsea Blues versus Bayern München.
It's the English and the Germans. It was fantastic.
We'll have to do something like that for the next Champions League final, won't we?
All right.
Okay.
Just taking a nice pause for the waitress.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Ryan ordered an iced tea, folks. You didn't hear that before.
Yep. Just said.
Anton and Mustafa locked and loaded with iced teas as well.
Hey, just for the record, sugarless iced tea is pretty good.
It's amazing. Anyway, Stefan still got beer.
Yeah. I'm a fucking
Of course.
drunk.
Hey, your predictions.
I'd have to look at the list.
Oh, hold on, it's sick. Let me get it ready.
I think
for you.
Stefan more or less covered it, but
Ryan's taking a phone call, by the way. So
yeah, we're
Mustafa,
getting distracted there.
Mustafa,
So Malaga, Dortmund.
Mustafa, your predictions.
Cool. Well, I'll take Dortmund over the Spanish side, Malaga, because bigger club. I don't know too much about Malaga, to be honest. PSG, Barca. That's Barca's to lose. Because of Stefan. Well, you covered Barca there, didn't you? Real Madrid, Galatasaray. As much as I'd love to see the Turkish side go on there, it's Madrid. Bayern versus Juventus. Juventus. That's the game to watch. That should be.
That's going to be a huge clash. I think Bayern Munich's going to come out on top. Although Juventus would be great to see. I know because of their last few years when they were in turmoil. It'd be great for them to actually step up and come back into the forefront, into the limelight where they once were.
Yep.
But yeah, in reality, I think Bayern Munich, because of the stature they've achieved right now and the point they're at, I think it's going to be them. PSG, technically, I should be cheering for them because of my mom being from France, but I'm partial to Barcelona, so Barcelona's going to be it.
Yeah, but
Barcelona's the team to beat right now. So
yeah, but PSG is the Man City of France. It's another Qatari rich group and oil tycoons buying a team and thinking you spend that much money in 3 years, you'll win a huge championship.
Yep.
Galatasaray, I'm going to cheer for them. Okay. I'm cheering for them. Real Madrid, most probable winner in that one.
Yeah, of course. But if Galatasaray pulls that off, that would be amazing.
Malaga, Dortmund, I've got to go with Dortmund because of my German last name. But
you know what? I'm an English fan. I'm going with Dortmund because they have such an incredible youth system, like incredible training system.
So typical German side.
Yeah, typical German side. And for some odd reason, the Germans know what the fuck they're doing. As much as the rest of the world claims they don't, they do.
No, they do. They're always that quiet powerhouse.
Yeah.
It's an underrated league.
Oh, I watch it. When I think about it, I do turn into a Bundesliga.
Yeah.
I cheer for Hanover 96 for one reason. In Jamaica, parish, i.e. Canada, a province, was called Hanover. So you know what? Fine, that's my team. Hanover 96.
Why not cheer for Hamburg? Because it's where the hamburger was made.
That's his team.
which one?
Hamburg.
No. I said for a joke, Hamburg would be great just because of hamburgers.
Well, that's where the hamburger was made. Plus their logo, the team logo is...
No,
I can't
the
figure that
diamond.
out. Yeah, the big blue thing with the diamond in it.
Yeah, it's a very nice and simple logo. It's an amazing logo. I like it. It's nice and simple. It's plain. Yeah, no one else has a logo like it.
It's an odd logo. It's nice, but just...
It stands out.
It stands out.
That's it. That's what it does. It stands out.
We're good? Yeah?
So far.
Any last minute
I still have
comments?
a beer in front of me, so we're not bad.
Okay,
We're still
okay.
going.
It's still in the cup, so we're good.
As much as TFC is. Anyway. CONCACAF Champions League now.
May I say something?
What?
Jeff would be disappointed the tone of your voice. CONCACAF Champions League.
Hey, I wasn't being sarcastic this time.
Yeah, last time you were, and I agree with you. You should have been more.
Anyway, so Seattle and LA are the two MLS clubs that made it to the semifinal. We don't suspect one of them to... We could say one could go to the final, but actually win it, that's highly unlikely. At least that's what the consensus is from what I feel from fans. Take it away, Mustafa.
They're playing Mexican sides, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Seattle and LA. Well, we just saw LA. They were against TFC away, granted, but
they drew to us.
no, I didn't think
They were losing to
They were
us.
losing to us for what, 12 minutes
Yeah, still, 12 minutes is a lot of time in the football world.
for TFC. They didn't strike me as very organized though.
No.
It was an away game. They tried the whole up the side, cross it in sort of play. It didn't work too well for them.
Well,
So
they flew so many balls over and around the net.
Oh yeah. In fact, the one that's just randomly in the 91st minute TFC luck, you get the one nice side half bicycle kick that goes in.
That's our typical fashion.
Yeah, so I guess they have to improve. It's not going to be a huge travel across the continent away game for them, but I guess if anyone can do it, it's LA, even without Beckham.
Do we know where Seattle and LA are playing for these matches? Or is it home and home?
Home and
it's
away.
on aggregate? Okay.
Yeah. Seattle, Seattle would have to do well in their home leg and then just hope to avoid
I
disaster
think
away.
Seattle can do well in their own.
The fans should show up for that.
No, the fans will. That's the thing with Seattle, that as much as we'll bash MLS squads here and there, there's two teams in the MLS fans that I will never bash. It's Seattle and Portland.
Why Seattle?
It's just those two teams, their fans show up. Even though it's meaningless, even though Seattle's getting the playoffs and Timbers are playing to not be in last place, and they're playing a derby match, those two fans will show up and support their team regardless. Those teams will show up to prove they are not the king of shit.
Yeah. Seattle modeled TFC fans actually when they were an expansion side in 2008.
Yes.
They modeled their fan
Drew
base.
Carrier admitted that.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, he admitted it.
He's a good owner, though.
Drew Carey got showered with beer at BMO Field.
But he admitted it. And you know what? It takes guts to admit that we looked at somebody else and mulled after you. It takes guts to admit you have no original idea and to give.
Well, because
admission.
before TFC, MLS just didn't have a supporters culture. TFC taught them how to have a supporters culture. Seattle comes in and says, "This is exactly how we want the league to be." So we're just gonna. It was successful. It was if MLSC didn't own the club, they'd still be successful up to right now, probably. So why not model it off something that worked?
And personally, when we come up with ideas for the group, I always think of, would they do this in Toronto? I don't say it because I'm a TFC fan. I don't like, that's a harsh market to try and win.
Yeah.
Could they do in Toronto?
Right?
I think we got to be careful not to say that MLS supporter groups started in Toronto, because for sure DC United in Chicago had really strong supporter groups before TFC even existed.
Yeah, but it's the first one that MLS took recognition of.
It's the first one that made everyone take a step back.
Yeah, it's the one that MLS looked.
Well, the first massive.
What the fuck is this shit?
The first massive away trip in MLS history was TFC in Columbus, wasn't it? And I think that broke attendance records until the Montreal game last year.
Until the Montreal game 2 weeks ago.
Even 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Huge. Oh my goodness.
I feel sorry we did not go to that game, eh, Anton?
Yes. So Seattle taking on, what is it, Santos Laguna?
That's going to be tough. They lost last time. But they didn't lose as badly as Toronto. So
They didn't lose as badly as Toronto.
it's going to be a tough fight. But personally, I think Seattle learned from last time. They have that grunt mentality. We talked about this in the last podcast, and I think they can do it.
Yeah, they've been playing terrible in the league, though, Seattle.
Yeah, but
Terrible.
So naturally they'll do well in the Champions League.
yeah, they're gonna pull something out their ass.
And LA's got Monterey.
Let's go Monterey. Let's go Monterey.
I watched LA play today, and I don't think they have a hope. LA.
Well, it was okay.
Because it's like I said, I'm not, okay, I am one of those TFC fans who's not, you know, I am hopeful that they'll win, but I'm not optimistic that they're going to win.
No.
And for them to draw LA the way they did today and still put up a fight, and I was really proud of that. Even though we couldn't hold the ball for an extra 2 minutes just to get the lead, but whatever. Aside from that, it's true what you're saying, Ryan. I mean, after watching the performance today, even against TFC, you might as well just blow them out the water right now like fish in a barrel and just, you know,
LA
call
were
it
terrible today.
just...
No, they were terrible. Okay, that's true.
No, they were.
It's not like TFC played this amazing.
No, they didn't. They played a shit game.
I'm not knocking down LA because I'm anti-LA or anti-Donovan. I'm saying I'm looking at their overall performance, and I think it was shit. So
It was shit, but you have to keep in mind that was an away game for them. It was TFC that played like shit because they were the home side. They had the pressure on them to win. LA came in, theoretically, you're looking for a draw in an away game.
Yeah.
And they played a good away game. Like they played like shit because they couldn't execute a plan to get the ball in the middle and get it, you know, score goals off that. But they got the draw they were looking for. So
World Cup qualifier recap, unless you guys want to add some more.
No,
No,
good.
you're good.
Finland, that's all.
England and Montenegro drew. That was a huge surprise, and I know Stefan and the rest of English supporters are going, "What the fuck?"
I'm
yeah.
not yelling at you, I'm yelling at the FA.
Okay. France losing to Spain in France 1-0.
Yeah, you know what? That's not bad.
No, not at all.
USA. It was USA and who?
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica 1-0 USA.
Snowball.
Huge
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
happening there, yeah.
So we're going to talk a lot about the snow in this one.
Don Garber is slowly figuring out what snow is now.
Hold on a second.
What? It's not an apartment on the desk?
It always strikes Colorado.
Let's see. Japan and Panama, Honduras, Mexico.
Japan and Panama.
Japan played.
Oh, sorry, Jamaica, Panama.
Oh,
sorry.
okay, there we go. Yeah.
Jamaica, Panama, Honduras, Mexico. Then it's going to be Mexico, USA, Costa Rica, Jamaica, Panama, Honduras.
Who's going to make it out of CONCACAF?
All right, right now.
Out of the hex.
Read the points. I sent Anton the points listing at the moment. Who's in?
Oh, Panama's got 5, Costa Rica's got 4, USA has 4, Honduras has 4, so there's a 3-way tie for second. Mexico with 3, Jamaica with 2.
See, the problem with right now, since Canada's not in, I'm cheering for Jamaica. But
I'm going for Mexico.
it's tough because for the past 3 matches, majority of the teams have drawn.
Yeah.
Honduras and Costa Rica have won.
But we still have to remember, I mean, this is only like, what, their second match or third match, because they still have another few more to go.
Yeah, but you have to remember, if Canada beat Honduras in Canada,
Yeah.
we'd be in the World Cup.
We'd be there. Well, we'd be there right now.
We'd be in the hex.
Yeah.
But we didn't. So every draw, regardless, is a bad thing. You want to win. You want to win ASAP.
You want to win at home.
Yeah. And that's the thing with home matches. Home matches are supposed to be your 3 points.
Yeah.
So win at home, win or draw away.
Yeah.
Is what you're hoping
Theoretically,
for.
yeah, then you should be good enough.
Because, I mean, you have to think about your goal differential.
If you win at home and draw away, I think theoretically, no matter what your goal
I
differential, then you
watched
should be
the
good.
Costa Rica-Jamaica game away for Jamaica, and all I can think was like, what the fuck? You look like Canada. Shut the fuck up. Get off the field.
Yeah.
Like, put on the Reggae Boys colors. Don't take off the red and white of Canada. Start playing like Jamaica.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Well, Costa Rica, US was in a blizzard apparently.
Oh, we're going to touch that in a minute.
Okay.
But no, but about the results and the standings or anything?
You know,
or-
Mexico has a lot of work to do. They really do. Mexico is supposed to be the powerhouse in
Well,
CONCACAF.
one of them.
They're falling for sure.
Yeah.
Followed by
Because it's true. Like, you watch the last World Cup, Mexico put on a good
round
show.
of 16 against Argentina.
Yeah, and I was pulling for them.
I
you
was
know,
too.
But
They drew the
Anton's a
US.
secret England fan. He was cheering against Argentina. Yes!
it's been put into me. And just
Mexico drew the US, right? In Mexico?
yeah.
Okay, so that was a bad result for them. But I've been impressed with Mexico much more than the US because looking at they actually focus on youth.
Yeah.
And they have some good players, some
They
legit
do.
good players.
It's just all I'm saying is you take the last showing from the World Cup and then you look at them now. It's true what you're saying, Ryan. Again, there's just the nosedive is a little too quick.
Yeah.
That's scary.
In World Cups, they're not. Usually they're a bit of a. They're not a powerhouse, but you can expect them to get out of the group stage.
You
Usually.
expect a fight from them
Yeah.
in the round of 16.
Yeah.
You don't expect them to roll over. No, but this is going to be interesting because they drew in that round, in the hex, out of 3 games, majority of the teams drew 2 out of their 3. So the next couple games, it's going to be do or die now because there's so many draws.
So now we might see some even more exciting footy.
It is.
It's going to be bloodbath central.
Like when USA goes to Jamaica next, USA better duck.
USA lost in Jamaica last year.
Yeah, again, they better duck.
Yeah.
And Jamaica fans aren't afraid of going to USA. If USA wants to play it smart,
Yeah.
all their next World Cup qualifiers are played in the Northern Hemisphere. They will not touch the Southern Hemisphere. If there's snow on the ground during February, you're going to play your games there. So you're going to play your games in Chicago, New York, Boston, Portland, Seattle. That's where you want to play your next World Cup qualifying games.
Yeah.
It's away from the southern states where illegal immigrants, if no one understood that, I was putting illegal in quotations, but
He did the air quotes. It's all good. We all witnessed it.
you want your red-blooded Americans cheering for the states. So you're going to want your northern pitchers. And honest truth, New York, D.C., see in Seattle, especially Seattle, if you want to use a 12-man to advantage, is your best bet.
Yeah.
Speaking of snow, Costa Rica and the USA played in Denver, Colorado, where there is a massive snowfall, but to us, we're going, it's nothing. And then to them, it's like, oh my god, a blizzard. But anyway, Costa
The
Rica...
last time they saw this much snow was Al Capone's bedroom.
Costa Rica made an appeal because they lost to it in the weather conditions. I leave it to you guys.
The reason why they appealed is the coaches complained that there's, at times, the lines, the boundaries were not visible. That's what he was complaining about.
He did air quotes again.
He did one air quote.
It's all good. Anyway.
The coaches complained that the lines weren't visible. That's the major complaint. But I saw a post regarding it, and it's the fact of, you know what? This is the first time a team regarding South America versus North America has complained. Canada and the States have gone down to Central America, dealt with the noise outside their hotel rooms for God knows how long.
Harassment.
Dealt with the piss bags.
Yeah, harassment, left, right, and center. However you want to name it. And we never complained. We just accepted it, say, oh yeah, that's it, no problem.
Because we're polite.
That's a great point, though. The U.S. isn't exactly polite.
Yeah, but Canada and the States have accepted it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is their culture, fine, whatever.
Yeah, that's a great point.
We've never rolled over and gone, they made noise, but we're trying to sleep. We want to play again.
Hey, water boy.
We just played. Fine, we lost, but we still fucking showed up.
Yeah.
If you know you're gonna play in the States, you know you're gonna play in Denver, Colorado. Guess what? It's still March. Guess what? It's high up in the fucking mountains. Guess what? There might be snow.
And not the fun kind that you get to sniff.
Yeah, honestly, get the fuck over yourselves.
And for Costa Rica, 1-0 away to the U.S. is a decent result.
It was 2-1, but you
2-1, whatever.
Yeah, 2-1, but still, one goal lost. Yeah, one goal lost to the States is not bad.
No.
You know what? Take it and run. Beat them 3-0 at home.
And they complained after the game, right?
Not before.
No, not
After.
before. So after the results. Now we played Cuba at BMO. It was 3 degrees.
Yeah.
Like our
Cuba
own.
never kicked and screamed.
No, although
Well,
about 5 of their players randomly disappeared.
And I mean, even when we won in Cuba, I mean, we still
didn't
complained that we complained.
Oh,
well,
It was
said
a
how hot
shit
it was.
pitch. It was warm temperature. We still fucking played.
Yeah.
They were prepared for it.
Yeah, when
It's
we
like
played
you're
against
saying-
Honduras.
It's like you're saying about Colorado. It's like, well, you got to think, we're going to X destination. Maybe we should use our brain and say, oh wait, isn't it usually this temperature, this type of weather, blah blah
Okay,
blah.
Anton brings this up. If anyone's listening who's watched Cool Runnings, remember Sanka when he shows up in Calgary International Airport. He steps in the midway and comes back into the airport, puts on every piece of clothing, and he comes back out wearing his suitcase, his duffel bag over him. And say, Sanka, you're cold. I'm freezing my Royal Rastafarian nays on.
This game, it reminded me of 1985 when Canada played Mexico in St. John's, Newfoundland.
Yep.
In very cold temperatures, and it was.
Was it the middle of February?
In St. John's.
It was single digit, close to 0.
Nice.
And it was a huge advantage for the Canadians. And
No, of course.
It's something maybe we should schedule more games in Edmonton or Moncton.
Exactly. I've been saying, like, why not schedule more games in Edmonton and Callaway?
But let's face it, it's all money wise.
Well, there's that.
And there's no grass in Edmonton anymore.
No, I guess it's a turf pitch.
On to the next one. For World Cup qualifying, this is something that Stefan wanted to bring up. Surprise, surprise.
And Stefan
As
just left.
he's
but-
already left the table. I'll come up with the questions, but I won't answer them. Fuck you. No. Anyway, England played a match against San Marino and destroyed them 8-0.
Well, good for England. Destroying anyone for England is pretty good.
Anyway, what he was proposing is changing the European format for World Cup qualifiers, avoiding, as he puts it, minnows, so like weaker teams,
San Marino and
weaker teams getting a whipping, from the powerhouses.
Okay.
So what do you think?
Oh, sure.
Do you think they should change the format? Because I don't care how weak or strong your team is. One, I love the fact that they draw teams like they do in club leagues in Europe, at least.
Exactly.
You draw, you pick them, okay, this is your group. You were drawn, and that's how it is. Like, it's a surprise.
There's a balance you have to achieve.
And then on top of that, I don't care if if your team is strong or weak, you're going up against whoever you play.
Exactly.
You know what's at stake, so...
No, that's a good point. You have to achieve a balance, though. CONCACAF does it the other way around. They take the other extreme, where you get middle road countries just more or less eliminating the minnows. So they put us in whatever, Cuba or Panama, they put us against minnows with the point of eliminating them. The problem with that is, though, you end a lot of countries' World Cup qualifying cycles so early that you take them out before excitement is generated, right? Same thing is happening with Canada. CONCACAF is the only continent where mid-power countries are eliminated so far away from the World Cup. So you need, I get what you were saying about avoiding teams killing other countries, the minnows, but you do have to find a balance where you want to get rid of the minnows early, but you want them to stay around long enough.
No, it's a precious balance because, let's face it, when you hear Montenegro, you don't think of a World Cup powerhouse, but they drew England. Okay, fine, it's England. Okay, you know it.
Didn't Montenegro make the World Cup in 2006 or something?
No.
But go ahead. No? Okay. Serbia and Montenegro.
By the way, I just want to give a quick I'm sorry to the listeners right now because of the background music. If it's interrupting, I'm just saying that just for the record. But go.
No, but it's been brought up before. Like, why should you have a group of 6 to 8 countries and 2 of them are more or less guaranteed in the World Cup?
True.
That's the problem. I'm not saying that's a problem. Like, South America is an overall group table.
Yeah, I love that. I love South America.
Because it's so small, but they're so close together that logistics isn't a problem.
Yeah.
Europe, it's so big that logistics is not a problem, but it is. If anyone speaks Merrick, they understand what I just said.
So Europe should more or less have 2 cycles, I think. One, maybe 2 years before a World Cup, where you have your middle countries eliminating the minnows, and then put the middle countries against the top.
Yeah, minnows and minnows play against each other, and then whoever's left play against the top dogs.
Yeah.
Ryan, what do you think?
Europe?
No, just overall, like World Cup
qualifying.
Like, you got the weaker teams in the so-called powerhouses, and then you're trying to avoid whiplashes where you want to see close games.
You don't want to see 8-0.
See, we're looking at it in the perspective from the fans want to see good games.
Yeah.
And but if you're doing World Cup qualifying, you got to treat each country as an equal.
Yeah,
give them
that's
an equal
true.
chance. But as fans, of course, we want to see Spain versus Portugal or Germany versus Netherlands or whatever.
Yeah.
But
to a certain extent, though, countries want even competition as well.
Yeah.
Like Australia pulled out of Oceania because they were beating it.
Pull out, they were
yanked out.
They were moved to Asia. And tell us the truth, that's good. Because Asia was more competitive compared to Oceania for
Of course. I'm sure Tahiti is not as competitive as
Qatar.
or Japan.
Yeah.
But Oceania doesn't really consist of that many countries.
Actually, you'd be surprised.
They have about maybe 20 in FIFA.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But countries like Tahiti and
Anton, when you and I move in together, I'll show you what the Oceanic group.
yeah.
You just
But I mean
that we're moving in together.
Hey, that's guess what, folks?
Don't
the next
judge.
couple podcasts will be really screwed up. You'll have fun.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
If not, just drink and point fingers and laugh at me. Either way, we'll have fun.
So, moving on with the, again with the international idea, but now with capping Canadian players. Now we take, for example, you know, Junior Hoylett, Jonathan de Guzman, Teal Bunbury. The question we want to...
There's only one Banter.
There's only one Bunbury, and there's only one de Guzman.
I said Teal Bunbury. Anyway.
Who?
Teal.
Don't know who you're talking about. Sorry.
That's the name that's in front of me.
That must be a typo. I've never heard that.
Stefan.
Yeah, no, he knows it's called sarcasm. Guess what, folks? Anton is French. He can't detect sarcasm.
Anyway, the question we wanted to raise is why can't CSA keep players to play for Canada? Why can't they do that?
I thought about it for a while, and simple. How good is Canada's country in football league?
Well, it's like we've mentioned before, our homeless team is better than our actual top squad.
Now, this question brought up another thought of mine.
Uh-oh.
Brett Hull.
Oh boy, we're gonna...
Why did he go to the U.S.? He could have played for Canada in hockey. Why did he go play for the U.S.?
Good question.
That's another question.
I thought that was an unsolved mystery.
Yeah, but it's just, what is Canada doing wrong? My dad said, well, who wants to play for Canada? You go look at Hargreaves. Yeah.
Actually, think about it. I just hit me for Brett Hull. For those in the hockey world, you think about how many Canadians are up for grabs to make the Canadian team. Brett Hull might have thought, you know what? If I really want to guarantee my spot in every international competition, and I've got citizenship in the States, you know what? I'm gonna go play for USA. Obviously, the rest of us in Canada are going, what the fuck, we want you.
But that's a fair way of thinking for a player.
But
That's
for the player, yes. For us fans who are into hockey or whatever sport, we kind of took it as an insult.
yeah.
And that both sides are understandable.
For me, though, as a player, the one situation where you're allowed to ditch a country is when you think you're not good enough for its first team.
Yeah.
So you go to your other country because you think you're good enough for them.
Like, let's face it, the main reason for this question is the whole Jonathan de Guzman Jr. Hoylett. Forget everybody else. Those two are the main reasons for this question. As much as we try to pretend it's everybody else. Jonathan de Guzman, he was asked, do you think you'll play for Canada? Oh yeah, sure, no problem. Do you think next year, do you think you'll play for Canada? Wearing Canada kit? No, I'm going to play for Holland. You're a fucking Canada kit at a Canada game, you're going to say you're going to play for Holland? You know what? Come here, there's a Via Rail Express train. You be thrown in front of it, and I'll pay the time. It's just, what can we do to keep these players playing for Canada? Well, regardless, in the end, it's CSA. The fans will scream and shout, no, we want you to play. We want you. And the fans, when they say they want you to play, they're being honest. Yes, Jonathan, we want you to be our midfield. We want you to help us.
Yeah.
But it's CSA. Something's gone wrong at the upper level.
It is the CSA because the players look at Canada, they look at the CSA, and it's a very amateur organization
It is.
in many ways. But there's two major issues with the sport in this country, and they go hand in hand. One is lack of winning, the other is lack of support. And the thing is, you need one for the other, right? But as long as you don't have either, you can't spark the other to happen. So to get these players, these players like Jonathan and Junior, they're part of support. We just don't have the support there right now. So either the national side has to start winning, so the support can follow, which includes players, or support has to grow, and that's what I think we're doing with the Voyagers and all that. We had an amazing run last time. So, more or less, we need either support to come in order to start getting these players and winning, or the national side has to start winning. The women's team was a good example.
Personally, your name could be Jim fucking Joe, and I don't care. As long as you wear the maple leaf on your chest with pride, I'll cheer for you.
Yeah, and that's what we need right now, and that's going to lead to winning.
All right, Ryan.
What's up? Okay.
I'm sick and tired, man. seriously.
I know, we seem to...
Hey, that's the first time anyone's been sick and tired of hearing me talk.
No, not you. Just go.
I know, we cry over these players, Hargraves, Teal, whatever his name is. He's dead to me.
Teal is but a color.
He's killing it in case hearing it.
He's not killing it.
No, he's terrible.
Have you ever written Hargreaves in the Voyagers forum? It's censored.
Yeah. But I don't know why we kill ourselves over these guys. Let's just keep developing players.
That's what we need to do.
Yeah, and not like act like a victim, a sad ex-lover every time.
Yeah, that girl at the dance who is pretty but not quite that pretty.
I'm happy I don't. I'm one of those, you want to play for us? Great. You don't? Fuck up. There's
You
no...
don't want us to be a yelping dog missing a leg begging to be kicked.
No.
We'll be a yelping dog missing a leg, but we'll still fucking bite you in the balls if you piss us off.
You know, of course there needs to be like the corporate money and the support and everything and the CSA for for players that want to play for Canada. But at the same time we got to change the mentality where we're not sorry losers all the time.
Yeah, true.
And just move on. So and not give up. Like
No,
we go against Jamaica or Cuba and we act like we're the underdog. We shouldn't be the underdog against those countries. Where us and India are the most underperforming clubs in the world.
for size. Put in China too.
Yeah, and China as well for GDP.
Yeah.
So as soon as defense is down. Alright.
Sorry, I was
It's
talking to
okay.
the waitress.
It's all good.
I was being polite.
Yeah, of course you were.
Hey, if polite's a new word of hitting, yeah, sure. I was
Anyway, CONCACAF. There you
Champions League. There you go, Jeff.
Actually, it's just CONCACAF in this situation.
Still put in
Jeff.
crap.
Anyway, CONCACAF is under investigation
God.
regarding their corruption, so-called corruption. We don't want to joke about that now, do we? But-
Okay, I have
No,
a
of course
question.
not. There's no corruption.
Out of the four of us, who is shocked by this, do not raise your hand.
Right?
Yeah, I don't see any hands being raised.
Well, neither do I. But I'm blind, I'm deaf, because I want to be a ref.
Yeah, well, let's face it, it's just another nail in the coffin of FIFA. It's like, yeah, we know you're corrupt, but you're just showing it, and it's just, yeah, you know what? Didn't you learn how, as a kid, how you lied to your mom? What lies you could get away with, what lies you couldn't?
Right.
You knew how to lie.
I've never lied to my mother.
Oh, bullshit. Bullshit, Paul Rep.
Who are you?
If your name was Pinocchio, your nose would be longer than I don't fucking know, the Nile. But no, it's just one of those things of, we expected this, and we honestly expected CONCACAF to be realistic. Jack Moore came on and said, I would support you if you give X amount for schools. No, you can't give it to build schools. You have to give it to me so I can build schools. I'm sorry, if you're asking for multi-million dollars for schooling, but you don't want it to be actually directly to school, you want to go through you. I'm sorry, that rings alarm bells to me.
Yep.
And yet it's just FIFA showing its true colors, and it's just like, who the fuck's gonna stand up to FIFA and slap them around, call them a bitch, and throw them down the gutter?
No one can do that.
Hey, I'll do it.
Go ahead.
There's a lot of people holding FIFA accountable lately, though. There's been a lot of,
Which is amazing.
yeah, and standing up to the organized crime and all the things that fuel all the corruption in FIFA. So it's nice to see
In Singapore.
Singapore, yes.
I'm still saying, and I still stand by it, if you can fix and solve the problem in China, you can solve anything.
No, and you're right.
No, but the league in China might as well be the WWF.
Biggest drama everywhere, and it's all fake. We're good?
Oh yeah, we're
Okay.
still good.
Alright, last point we wanted to bring up. Other supporters groups forming. Go, Stefan, because I know this is yours.
Oh yeah.
No, thank you.
everyone.
Yeah, so other supporters groups forming in Ottawa. Apparently, the club is for it.
Yeah, but personally, there's just me going, okay, you have a hard time getting one group off the ground. Why are you going to try and get 5 when you can't get one?
Different personalities.
The way they've treated us, they know we're the supporters group.
Yeah.
So
Sure as hell we better.
opening day, kickoff, we're the supporters group.
Yeah.
But I think you're basing this off something that the club. I think more or less what the club wants is to encourage supporters groups to show
I'm
up.
all for supporters groups showing up. But I'm not for supporters groups of only 10 people, and that's it.
Well, okay, even if it is that, you know what? I'm all for like you were saying before, working with them.
Yeah.
If it's gonna turn into a fucking gong show, go fuck yourself. Seriously. Like either you're gonna play ball, literally, take it seriously like we do, or seriously, there's the door. Like,
Piss off, fuck you, salut, bye-bye.
Yeah.
say that thing. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's... The main reason why I brought this up was because I saw a post on the Fury Facebook page about anyone interested in forming an ultra.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I had to ask, what the fuck is an ultra?
I asked you that. I don't know what an ultra is.
No,
They have them in Montreal.
no. Mustafa answered it. Is it just a supporters group with more flares?
Yeah.
And he is right. It is. It's a supporters group with flares. That's all it is. In reality, I looked into it.
Still,
If you light a flare in a public area in Ottawa, you get at least 4 days jail time and $300 fine. Yeah, no, why?
And I'm sorry for taking this personally again, but the fact that the way the Fury went about it, I find it insulting. Because if you're just going to go ahead and say, if you're interested in this, please contact us, let us know. It's like, well, dude, we went out of our way to make a partnership with you. You came to us. And we're supposed to be you stamped us, your official supporters club, and now you're going to go behind our back and not even asking our consent just to, invite other people. Oh, please start your own group. Who gives a shit about BBSC? I'm sorry, I find it really, really insulting.
Yeah, fair.
No, you're right, and it's something that has to be addressed. And we're not gonna die. We're not gonna die in general, but we are gonna say, "Oi, where were you in 2011? Where were you in 2012?"
That's going to be a banner, by the way.
I think it will, because if I hear 2 groups form outside of us, I will pay for the money for that banner to be made.
There's a lot of banners you're going to pay for.
I don't fucking care. If I have my own say, yes. I am all for a group growing. I'm all for my group being inclusive. But I want our group to be ours. I want our group to be for us.
I think what we're saying is it would be nice if the club directs anyone who wants to start a supporters club to us before suggesting that you start your own.
Exactly. That's exactly what I just said. Run it by us, because if you made a partnership with us, and if you're not willing to play ball like we are, I'm sorry. Well, then why are we here? Why am I here? Seriously.
No, Anton, you're right. And the general fact is, fine, show us, play ball with us. If you don't like how we play, fine. Remember when after Capitalist C folded, we got an email from the Fury asking us to join them.
Exactly.
And a group was trying to form in the Fury, the Blue Scarf Boys.
Yeah.
And they said they would form to join us. Did you ever meet anyone from the so-called Blue Scarf Boys?
No.
Yeah, I can't remember Bloody Soul.
It's like I said, I don't care if other groups form, and I don't care if they're willing to play ball with us.
They do.
Just show up.
It's like, no, I don't mind other groups forming and working with us. I'm all for that. Because I see how it works in TFC.
With you, Sector, Red
Patch Boys, and they're all friends. I love that. It's great. What I don't like is how the Fury went
solid support.
Anton personally didn't go behind our back.
I'm just saying, it's just I don't agree with how they went about it.
No, you're right. They stayed in front of us at the name announcement, saying they hope for many other supporters groups to show up. Guess what? You're in Ottawa. You're lucky to have one.
Yeah, you are.
You truly are.
So, yeah, it just gets my blood.
All right. So since we're on the topic of Fury, I know this is not a banter.
Go for it.
But I saw this brought up on the Voyageurs forum. Coach, I know we talked about before. I'm going with Sean Harris.
Sean Harris would be my first. Second choice is any dude from Jamaica. Just pick a Jamaican.
What about Renee Samoy? She's from Trinidad.
Fine.
So we'll take Renee Samoy from Trinidad?
He's my second.
Okay.
Well, you saw the Voyageurs thread. I'm guessing we're not going to get Mo Johnston.
No.
No. TFC is paying him enough to stay away. He won't come here.
It'd be nice if we looked at some of the top NCAA coaches right now.
That would be a good place to start.
I know American football, soccer very well, and I know the NASL. Someone is familiar with the league. I think that'd be good for a first-year team.
Someone who's familiar with the game, yeah.
That's what we're looking for. It's just familiarity with the game.
Actually, my third choice would actually be McLeish, so I could be the one to personally shoot him.
I'd kill you for that. You're my best mate.
What, to shoot McLeish?
Yeah.
Why?
All right, fine. Can I assemble the rifle you use?
All right.
All right, fine. Then I won't kill you.
Oh, so you want in on it? That's
That's all I care about. If someone's going to shoot McLeish, I want to be involved in it.
Okay.
And if it's my best mate, I better be allowed to assemble the rifle. If I'm not going to pull the trigger, I'd be at least be able to help build the weapon.
All right, fine. We'll make it a double trigger so we can both go.
Ooh. So, hold on. So it'll be a headshot, and he bends down, be another shot to his ass that goes straight to his ass, to his face. Oh, that'd be beautiful. Forensics would be fun.
That sounds like what his wife does to him. Anyway. Announcements?
Well, we have our general Bytown Boys footy scavenger hunt through the city. April 27th.
What time?
12 o'clock at noon at LaSalle High School downtown.
I will try to be awake for that.
You will be there, don't mind. Yeah, honestly. No, it's going to be great. We've had 5 teams signed up already. My personal goal is 10. Other people think it's 20, but you know what? We're halfway there, living on a prayer. So, you know what? Also, another idea occurred to us, have a chant-off against RSU. Now, this is where soccer fans versus hockey fans come into question. Who's more supportive? We're looking.
I think the answer to that is pretty obvious.
Oh yeah, no. But let's enjoy it. Let's have a bit of fun. In the end, it's just both groups are going to pick a charity. Winning group gets the money for the charity. In the end, none of the money goes to the groups. It goes to a good cause. And that's all I care about.
Anything else?
You're still looking for t-shirts, right?
Yes.
All right.
I have a couple things.
All right, go for it.
Ryan's piping up. Yay, Ryan!
If you can, try to watch as many NASL games as you can this year. They usually stream on Ustream.
Go FC Edmonton. Until next week.
Firstgirlsports.com.
FC Edmonton actually is shown on CBC and the CBC website.
CBC Edmonton.
Yeah.
But the CBC website, that's true.
Yeah.
And hopefully when we're in NASL, CBC picks up the games on their national network.
That would be
Because
amazing.
let's face it, we're better than Republic of Doyle.
So
But not better than Murdoch.
No.
try to follow some NASL, get yourself familiar with the league, find out who to hate.
I think we have that with one team being United.
Yeah. I'm thinking Minnesota. I don't know why Minnesota just kind of get under my
Because they're
skin.
United. And they have the initials MUFC.
Yeah. Something about you guys. There's also as you know, the CSL's having a lot of issues, but there is a league that is for Quebec, the Premier League of Quebec.
The Quebec Premier League.
If you live in the Ottawa area, in the Mont Bleu area of Gatineau, there's a team that plays in that league.
FC Gatineau.
FC Gatineau.
Yeah, I want to go to their games, but I can't decide whether I should support them or hate on them.
Yeah, we'll see. Like, I'd say check them out. They have a website. The website's fcgatineau.ca.
And just like everything in Quebec, it's all in French.
It's all in French, but it's really easy if you just...
Google Translator.
Google Translate does not help.
You're fine. It's not hard. C'est facile, though. C'est facile. Anyway, their first game's April 28th. Sunday, April 28th. So, if you have a chance, check out the team, because it's Ottawa, support local football, FC Gatineau, and we got the PDL Fury, so check them out.
Alright, well, on that note, when we had our meeting in March, the group decided we're going to try and encourage a derby match between Ottawa Fury and FC Gatineau. We sent an email to Ottawa Fury and FC Gatineau. Ottawa Fury and ourselves have approached FC Gatineau on this derby match. And if anyone who's listening is part of FC Gatineau, please, let's have this derby match. One game. Let's build a little rivalry. Let's have a bit of fun within the city.
Yeah.
You can call it whatever you want, but the trophy's ours to name.
If we can get people coming over the bridge from Ottawa to FC Gatineau games, and then vice versa.
Exactly.
People from Gatineau coming over the bridge to Fury games.
Yeah.
Beautiful thing.
As Ryan suggested, we just want to grow the game. We don't care where the game is played. We want to grow the game.
I don't care if you're from North Bay, Kingston, or
You could be from fucking Timbuktu and none of us will care.
it doesn't matter. You're from Buckingham, even from Buckingham.
From Manchester.
Well, let's.
Well, hold on. Most of Manchester fans are Manchester City fans, not Man U fans.
Right.
Yeah, most Man U fans live in the US.
All right, boys. Thank you very much. The two villains of Vanier signing off from Banter, episode 12 from Berryman's Pub. Thank you, Stefan. Again, I'm gonna try this again. Thank you to Stefan and I. Yes, I'm thanking myself. The two villains of Vanier, Bytown Boys, Ryan and Mustafa. Thank you guys for joining in today from the Berryman Pub, downtown Ottawa on Bank Street. Check out our website at bytownboys.webs.com. Has both our Facebook and Twitter handles, so like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at bytownboyssc. That's all I have to say for today. Thank you guys once again for participating. We really appreciate it. Signing off. Good night. Till next time.